tired.
Yo, it's the Pride of the East Side, DJ MH Stutter.
It's Radio Raheem with the uppity project chick. / birthday girl.
There we go. Y'all know what it is, man. I'm back. It's your boy, Wow.
Welcome back.
Okay, he been gone for like 3 months.
Wait. First of all, look like y'all upgraded around this motherfucker. What, we getting some money now? Is this what's going on?
I mean, I got like $6.
They got me with cups with my name on it. Like,
I got like $6 from the last taping.
Okay. Shout out y'all. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in. It's your boy Wow, man.
Hold on, your name on yours?
Wait, hold on. We got to go back a little bit because she kicked it off by saying it's her birthday. So, glasses in the air. Happy birthday, Radio Rahima. It's Gemini season, and I'll be glad when they hurry up so we can get straight to Cancer season. But
this is what we call the precursor.
Right.
The precursor to Cancer.
Twin powers activate. I have the power. He-Man. No, okay.
That just made me worried.
Look, here we go.
But yeah, this Bop About where we talk about hip hop culture and more. And today, we've been debating and battling about this offline already. And when we brought this topic up, it was an interesting topic, interesting debate. Mm-hmm. And I can't wait to hear what everybody thoughts are. So we got Mobb Deep versus OutKast.
Okay.
Yes. Queensbridge
versus Atlanta. The infamous Mob versus the Dungeon Family Zone.
Look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to
No, I don't want to kick it off. But y'all,
I'm about to say.
Y'all know I try to keep it real with everybody out there. I was at first when you came up, because y'all know we go through the thing. Oh, my bad. Y'all know we come up through the thing, in our group text and all that. Everybody,
you wasn't feeling it. Like, wait, what?
Yeah. I was against the grain. I was like, why these two? But again, we do voting. They outnumbered me. Mm-hmm. So I was like,
as always.
I sit down, I listen to it, and I rock with OutKast, because I don't want nobody to think I don't rock with OutKast and Mobb Deep. So I listen, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. But y'all go ahead and keep
But
going.
You know what, though? To add to that, I think a lot of the rappers that we grew up on, like I always say, Biggie and Tupac may not necessarily be the greatest, but they were the turn of the century rappers as going into a certain type of hip hop genre, before it kicked into all the singing and the dancing. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the rappers that came out in the 90s that we had the pleasure of being introduced to, there weren't other rappers like them. You know what I mean? So it's hard to compare rappers like Mobb Deep got their own style, OutKast got their own style. Absolutely. So it's hard to compare. So when you hear two rappers like we're gonna put them against them, it's gonna be like, nah, I don't think that. But then you listen to them, you like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this much. When we get into it all the way, it was actually genius. This is why I rock with my damn DJ. It was genius, because I think I know where he's going with it, but I'm ready to get out.
So we got to start with the birthday girl, because it's your birthday,
Hey, it's your birthday.
Hey,
it's your birthday.
Hey,
it's your Pull up on us tonight. 1023 South State Street is going down. I'm hosting that joint. So
I'm DJing that joint. I'm the DJ of your birthday party.
The Dream Team gonna be in the
So that means we finna hear big old freak.
Hey.
Big booty, big old freak.
Hey. All that. We're going crazy. So back to Mobb Deep versus OutKast.
Okay. So this was super difficult for me. Honestly, I hadn't listened to Mobb Deep in a very long time, but OutKast, I keep them on rotation.
Okay.
So initially it was OutKast, right out the gate. I'm like, I'm going with OutKast. But when I started listening, it became very difficult. Mm-hmm. The determining factor for me was actually their first albums.
Okay.
Listening to all of their music and their progression from the beginning to the last album, fucking amazing. And that's what I be looking for when rappers come in. They share their story, if they progress or if they gonna keep giving us the same fucking stories with dope wordplay.
Yeah.
So it came down to their first albums for me, and it was OutKast, only because for me, Mobb Deep.
Look at it like that.
It was OutKast only because for me, like, they bars to me, I was looking at it on a graph, right?
Okay.
Bars, boom, they up there with each other, all that shit. Transition, they up there, all that shit. They were able to go from 90s into the 2000s flawlessly and still have people rocking with them.
Mm-hmm.
I love that shit. But to me, their Mobb Deep's first album wasn't timeless.
Wait, what?
It wasn't. To me...
Wait, what? You talking about the first album?
So my favorite song off the album was Project Hallways. Always have been. It kept me in that time though. That's not something that I once I grew up that I would want to listen to. Or you know what? I wouldn't want to keep that in rotation. Let me say that. But OutKast, from teenage years until now, I've always been Southern playalistic, Cadillac, funky music. Like, I've always been able to listen to that and enjoy it at every stage from teenage years to adulthood. Mobb Deep, it only brings me back to my teenage years and not something that I can enjoy and feel as a woman in my 30s. So, OutKast won it for me.
You took OutKast?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. What you got, brother?
I'm sweating, y'all.
Hey, light hitter.
Oh, God.
That blue cow hitter.
Man, I'm rolling. Okay. I'm sorry for interrupting your set, brother. Go. I'm sorry for interrupting your set, brother. Go on here.
Look. Hey, look, I went through it. All right, you hit me when you said Project Hallway. I said, oh, she went back.
She went back, yeah.
Like, okay, she really tried to listen to the catalog. I rock with you. Now, if we gonna go album for album, y'all know I go back and I go forth, and I ain't gonna even lie. I haven't really listened to OutKast in a while.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy because when he pulled it up, I was like,
okay,
I was listening to Mobb Deep like last week.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but you got to go back to like OutKast, and you're like, damn, okay. Because when my initial thought, and I ain't trying to cut into your thought, but when you think of OutKast, you immediately start thinking about like the commercial success joints. But then when you
don't get it wrong.
Absolutely. But I'm saying you forget about the dirt road OutKast.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So they play a list of Cadillac funky music. It's the reason why. It's the reason why I really liked them in the first place. That and remember, like y'all know, we had these arguments all the time. Like we talk about, like, y'all go back to the Comment episode. We talk about Comment. Khaled Kweli.
Right.
I always say representing with your first album.
Where you from? Mm-hmm.
Their first album represented where they was from.
Definitely.
I've never been to Atlanta, down south to Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
I felt like I was there.
Definitely.
I felt to be honest with you, if you want to take the timeline, I don't think people did this either.
Let's go.
It was some of the first people who said trap.
Let's go.
Like, see, we give it to Gucci.
We give it to Tip. We give it to Tip.
Like, I mean, these names don't pop up.
Yeah.
But OutKast names don't pop up in them talk.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. I didn't even think about that. But you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Some of the first ones that talked about the trap.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, whoa, hold on. Now, first album. Well, I didn't take Juvenile Hill as their first album because, it didn't really get out there like, it got out there, but it didn't get out there like that. You know what I mean? So I took Mobb Deep first album as, what was it? The Infamous. So that's the one I'll put against Southern Playalistic Cadillac funky music.
Okay.
Now going head to head, the Infamous to me, like, with the shit. Like, but I guess it's okay, how can I say it? The grimy street shit how they was talking, I love it. Like, you know what I mean? When you coming up in our city, you going through it. Like, don't get it twisted. OutKast had they street shit. Like, it was just down south.
Yeah.
Like, and we all had people down south. It's just like for some reason, like that project shit. You hung out in the project in the hood of Chicago. You felt like you was in QB. Like,
you understood QB.
I was there, B. And to be honest, it's not, now I'm gonna go there because people gonna go back to old comments. I know they're gonna check out old episodes later on. They're gonna always try to check me. I'm a Pac fan to the utmost. So I really didn't rock with Mobb Deep at first when they came out because I had a bias to them. Like, I ain't gonna even lie, I had a bias to them. But when it's something about music that when I want to hear certain things, I got to give people a chance. So when I went back to the album, I remember when they were doing their thing. I remember, hold on, let me go to some of the tracks. So I remember like Survival of the Fittest. Eye for Eye. Your beat, like, you gotta think about this album here, right? Now don't get it wrong, because I don't want to just say I'm just stuck on Mobb Deep, but they first that official first album, they had Ray.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like,
and they went bar for bar with those
bar for bar.
Yeah.
And these guys, like, at the time, 17, 18, 16, 17. Like, if you haven't checked out Prodigy book, I advise a lot of people to check it out because he goes through some of the timeline of what they did and what they was going on. Now, lyrical me, a lot of people, to me, was slept on Havoc. They everybody roll with Prodigy the most.
Yeah.
Now, if you
talk your talk, bro.
If you listen to the book, a lot of that infamous Havoc wrote some of Prodigy rhyme. Like on matter of fact, no, it wasn't Your Beef Is Mad. He said on Shook Ones, if I ain't mistaken. Don't quote me on it. Go back to the book, but if I ain't mistaken, he said he wrote Shook. Havoc wrote Shook.
But that's how it be though. Like, you have one that's the front man, and you got the person that everybody sees, and then you got the person that's actually the talent in the group. Well, okay, I won't say the talent, but you got like the driving force behind the group or the duo. So
is that what explains Radio Raheem and the Dream Team?
Okay.
Driving force behind the
We here.
Hello. Wow. Yeah. No. Okay. My bad. But no. But what? Okay, you can say that, but also, if you listen to the book, it's what made Prodigy like sharpen his skills. He was like, I knew I was alright, but everybody was telling me Have got it. So you know, they met up. So Have doing this thing, Have writing all this, ain't producing. Like, I don't know how. I don't even want to talk about that interview, but if y'all got a chance, I interviewed Happy when he came through the city. I actually had the honor
of interviewing him.
Yeah, to interview him, but not just that, but checked him out right before Prodigy passed away. Like when they came up here, they did that. It was the 20th anniversary of Infamous, if I'm not mistaken. It was 20th.
Do you know I hit the stage with those guys before?
Yeah.
Shout out to K Valentine.
Oh, yes.
Because we performed at the Art of Hip Hop, shout out to Ice-T, that whole Art of Hip Hop thing. We was a part of that show, and I got to see Mobb Deep perform. Yeah. This is probably about 6 to 9 months, maybe 6 to 9 months, maybe a year before Prodigy passed. Yeah. So I got to see like some of his last performances.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Like close up and you know what I love about performing? This was a real dope hip hop show. Like it was Mobb Deep, it was EPMD, it was Public Enemy, it was Ice-T, it was Crucial Conflict.
Shout out Crucial.
I'm missing somebody. It was a lot going on there. There was a lot going on that show. It was phenomenal though. Naughty by Nature was there as well. Okay. It was, like I say, super dope show. But Curtis Blow was there too.
Dang.
It was an infamous, it was one of the phenomenal shows, pure hip hop. And what I love most is how humbled everybody was, right? They don't know me from a can of paint. I have no, like, I ain't the juice man. Fact. But, you know, they don't know me, though. You know what I mean? Like, in the East Side and in Chicago, I'm who I am, but not somebody that Mobb Deep gonna walk up to, like, bro, you the proud of the East Side. Right. No. However, you'd have thought that's how they knew me, because as soon as they finished, immediately, as soon as they finish their show, they walk off stage. I'm standing there. I'm the first one, like, at the gate. Salute to Ice-T, because you can't just be posted on the side of the stage. They got the little gate for you to be posted up, and it's me, Vinny from Naughty by Nature, Ice-T, Coco. Like, I feel real important with
this guy always talking about me. You see the names this man is
I feel real important at this show, right? the Minister Farrakhan is to everybody. Like this is one of those joints.
You was there.
And as they walk off the stage, they salute everybody and walk up to me and shake hands. And I'm like, y'all don't know me, but salute. Hey, what up, bro? So yeah, that was my last encounter with Mobb Deep. My first and only encounter with Mobb Deep, brother. So I want to
rest up, prodigy, man.
Word.
For real. So yeah, being able to like, that's one thing I love about this, being able to see some of these acts that I never got a chance to see before. Like they did this anniversary of that, bro, and Aragon Ball.
Yeah,
it was like, come on, so they had it rocking and still had the energy and the core fans. See, that's one thing that I like about these artists right here. That we went back and forth with them, right? Mobb Deep have core, hardcore fans, right? So they put out what it was like about 10 albums all together, almost.
Yeah,
about eight, something like that. It
was eight.
Eight. Now getting over to OutKast, because again, like I said,
to be exact, it was nah.
I like to go album for album, right? So the playlist kind of like, like I'm talking about. Look, the Players Ball, like just some of the cuts how they represented Atlanta. And then it took me back to watching the first Source Award when André 3000
said, "Y'all ain't got love for the South." He ain't say Atlanta. He said the South.
South.
Yeah.
He say we got something to say, bro. Like, and it was crazy because at the same time, I want to talk about this one day. About New York, because I love New York, but it seemed like that was the same show that Snoop said something about him too.
Let's go.
Keep
talking about OutKast though. But we're gonna talk about all that.
OutKast. So for him saying something and them doing their thing with this album, they stayed on the grind. Now, interestingly, like that when you went into these two, I was like, why the MAs do this, right? But then I go into the second album, both of them, right? I'm listening to. And I start with Mobb Deep first because I rock with Mobb Deep. I don't know why. So when I go into the second album, which was it Infamy? Hold on. No. Hell on Earth. It was Hell on Earth, right? And they saying things on here talking. I'm talking about they talking slick. I'm like, and then they get to talking about all these futuristic people. Like you talking about spaceships, and I'm like, who they shooting shots at? Because they didn't say no name, right? But I knew they had this song with Pac on there, right?
Right.
All right. Again, this what okay. And I had this conversation with John. Shout out John. But I was like, I noticed back then, other than Pac, if you didn't know who they was talking about, you wouldn't know
because they wasn't saying no names.
They didn't say his name on there. Like he said their name on something, right? But when they started talking that future, I'm like, why are they talking? Who are they talking about? And I go listen to OutKast second album, right?
Was that AT Aliens?
Yeah.
Okay.
I say Aliens.
Aliens.
I said, this who they talking about. And I say, and then I look at the timeline of when both of them came out. And AT Aliens actually came out in August of 96. And OutKast them came out in like November of 96. So I'm like, is this who they talking about? And then it was coincidence that it's a duo. Like, what is you doing? What was you trying to prove with this right here? Like, I'm just, come on.
It wasn't that I was trying to prove or do anything. Honestly, like I just was like, who would be a good bar for bar matchup between the duos, right? Like
I could be speculating this though. Now,
absolutely,
I could be speculating.
I don't know.
I don't want nobody saying I'm starting any beefs or nothing like this.
Or is it a beef that we just don't know about?
Exactly,
because that's a lot of stuff that was happening in hip hop,
and we didn't have the internet. Like this what I be talking about now. I be like a lot of stories, and I do appreciate a lot of shows that we watch that you're able to catch up with a lot of these stories that come down that you wouldn't know about. But back then, this didn't happen. But when you listen to this now, I'm like, damn, is this who they talking about? And then, so now I'm like, wait, all right, I can't go back to their third album. Yeah, I can't go to Mobb Deep third album. I got to go listen to Equipment now. On Equipment now, it's like they shooting shots. And who did they get on here that I really felt like, hold on. They were just making a point with this. I mean, don't get me wrong. I rock with the song too.
Raekwon.
Oh God!
That's my song. Look, he was in. I got in the car with him for a second, like, what? Old school players to do school foods. Can't keep it jumping like kangaroos.
Come on!
And you know what's crazy about that? Like Raekwon on both of those albums.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying. Like, so when this ain't point to group, we can still rap
with everybody.
Man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, again, and this is why I love hip hop, bro. Like, this is why I love this show, because this makes us go back and forth. You know what I mean? It makes you just check out the albums, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna say this now. I ended up bragging with Mobb Deep, y'all, because lyrically, I don't think that OutKast was able to do, or what they was able to do. Don't get me wrong, they was able to do, but they kept my personal opinion is Mobb Deep kept my attention, and they had a core following the core base that they never jumped off of, pretty much. Except I gotta go with this.
Let's go.
I gotta go because I want to make people know that I really did listen to all this. America's Nightmare is when I felt they went a little bit left. They had Kanye produced, which to me was one of the better tracks on that kind. But it was something different from Mobb Deep. They had other than Havoc, which majority did 100% of their production, if I'm not mistaken. At that time, like if I ain't mistaken, I think
him and Alchemist,
did 100% of their production. So for them to jump and reach and grab Kanye at that time, it felt like the song started.
Is that the G Unit album?
It was when they was going toward G Unit. They hadn't went to G Unit. Blood Money was G Unit. But then I guess they was like rocking, you know what I mean? They was doing their thing. They had just got off, I think they was on Loud at the time.
Yeah.
They just had Loud with the function. But I think they was with, hold on, man, I can tell you right now. It pop up there. Zamba.
Okay.
Whoever that is. I don't know who bought Zamba. So that probably was Sony or something. They went over there. Again, check out Prodigy book. He'll tell you. Like, you can listen to it. I listen to it. I ain't actually read it. I listen to it on YouTube. So then we go back to OutKast. OutKast, to me, had more commercial success. They the songs that we could go to.
They the only hip hop group to go diamond, right? Am I correct on that? They're the only hip hop group to ever go diamond. I believe so.
I had to look at that.
I don't think nobody else went diamond.
But they was more like, you gotta think about that. They had the Rosa Parks.
No, you're right. I'm thinking about my personal shit, and I'm like, everybody knew Spody, Odie, Dopalicious, but you saying commercial success? Yeah,
commercial success. They killed my. But that's maybe because my Deep stayed in that one lane. But to me, those other songs that they did, it was like, they got a little heat. I remember when they premiered one song with the chicks, the 112, I think, on that song. Yeah. And they did it on 106 in Park. I was watching it. They did it. They came back. They were like, dang, wait, y'all thugging it and you kissing all on it. And Prodigy let everybody know right there. Well, nah, that's my kid's mama. Right. That's Kiki. Like, people didn't know. That's the first time seeing his girl, which ended up being his wife later on down the line, until his passing. So, people never saw that. Like, you saw Mobb Deep from the beginning. They was cut your face with the razor, son.
Catch a $150.
Okay. Look,
I always say that New York shit. It took me so many years to build up the confidence just to ask that question. Like, what the fuck does the $150 butter your face and $150 your throat? What the fuck does that mean? And somebody explained it to me, and I was like, oh. In Chicago, we just say, I'm gonna shoot you in the face, bitch. But
cut your fucking face.
No, we just gonna shoot you in the face. But there, it means $150 your face and butter your throat.
Yeah. That just mean 150 stitches.
All right.
Oh, I thought that mean you die. But
golly. $150, 150 stitches.
I had stitches in my face before. I almost lost an eye.
Did you have a $150 though? That wasn't $150 to the $150 to the face. You see them girls in New York with the scars and they gotta put the makeup on.
My little god sister got one of those.
Another reason why I gave it to Mobb Deep, I'm gonna say this. I feel like because they came up with their own type of done language, right? Like, so I went to, I got to go to the lyrics on Shook One part 2.
What's the deal, son? You ain't speaking a done language.
Okay. They say, word up, son, word. Yeah, to all the killers, $100 bills, huh? Then, Project come in. I got you stuck off the realness. We being infamous. You heard of us, Fisher, Cream, Bridge, murderers. Like, bars, bro. Huh? Rock you in your face, stab your brain with your nose bone. Bars. Like,
that wasn't the first time you heard that though, but go ahead.
But I mean, like,
it was hard bars though. You right.
Like, I mean,
and see, for me, in between the two, André has one of the best.
Now, if you want to go André,
has one of the best verses ever. Like, to me, in my time in learning hip hop, when he say, like, and this is the most humble verse, but it go hard as shit. When he say, true, I got more fans than the average man, but not enough loot to last me to the end of the week. I live by the beat like you live check to check. If you don't move your feet, then I don't eat. So we like neck to neck. Like, so even though I'm the shit nigga, like, but shit, if you ain't rocking with me, I still ain't eating. Look, I'm not eating. Like, damn.
Okay. So you Mobb Deep. You Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
She OutKast, right? You got some more notes? I don't want to.
See where André, I had to put some André, his verse off of AT-Aliens, right? He say, let me know when it's wet enough to enter. If not, I'll wait because the future of the world depends on if not, the child we raised gonna have that nigga syndrome. Like, bars, bro. Like,
yeah.
Bars. Have it. Shook One part 2. For every rhyme I write, in 25 of life. Yours a must and gats we trust. Say God my life. Ain't no time for hesitation. That only leads to incarceration.
Fact.
Y'all keep sleeping on Havoc, bro. Like, bars. But okay. I gotta give Big Boy something. I'm gone, bro. But I'm gonna still let y'all know. It's Mobb Deep for me. Well, it's the M.I. crooked letter. Ain't no better. Ain't no one better. And when I'm on the microphone, you best wear your sweater, because I'm cooler than the polar bear toenail. Damn.
Oh, hell, here we go again, talking that shit.
Like I said, I ride with Mobb Deep. Shout out OutKast, though. Because, again, like, when they toured the last couple of albums is when I had to listen to Love Below and, what was it called?
Speaker Box
and Love Below.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, because at first, Neck to Neck, they was gone. But when I went to Speaker Box, Love Below. Don't get me wrong. I like Love Below. What people, I liked what André did with Love Below. But
it's that crazy thing, right? Because it seemed like all of them did that. So I feel like this shit, it probably wasn't the initial plan from the beginning, but so you had like CeeLo, the motherfuckers from Goody Mob, like they've always been a colorful ass bunch. So to me, it wasn't a surprise when they went to Love Below and Speaker Box, because I used to always wonder, like, man, was it planned for CeeLo to go from that to what the fuck is his name now?
No, it's Barkley.
No, was that the plan? Like, to go from this thug?
Okay. Let me go there, right?
Come on, because we haven't heard from you today.
So listen, this was a very interesting battle.
Yes, sir.
I had no idea of what I was going to say today, right? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, I ain't gonna say like I come in here with like pre-thoughts, but I have no idea who I was gonna pick. Like, I was because, like you said earlier, Pac dissed Mobb Deep, I became biased.
Through the door.
Right through the door.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really start like fucking with Mobb Deep for real until Murder Music.
Okay.
Like, I listened to him. Don't get me wrong. Shook Ones, you know, like the Boxers playing all this shit. So like I was fucking with it. But like Pac said, "Fuck Mobb Deep" and the sickle cell. You know this stuff.
Yeah.
He went there.
He went there. He like, no,
the sickle cell or something. Yeah, like he. Like he went there. So it was like,
when you saw the video, you're like, these little dudes right here, the one like.
And being from Chicago, like at that time, we in the middle. Right, so it's either we was kind of forced to pick a side. It was either you was Biggie or you was Pac, right? And majority of the people that I knew was riding with Death Row.
Yeah.
No cap about that, right?
Not at all.
So when he said, I'm gonna be honest, when he said fuck Biggie, he's like, that's Biggie. But when he said fuck Mobb Deep, fuck Jay-Z, fuck it was fuck all them. No bullshit.
I ain't listen to none of y'all shit.
No bullshit. But later on, I was able to like, okay, let me really hear what these guys going and all that shit, right? So Mobb Deep, y'all touched on a lot of valid points that I love because y'all are absolutely right. Havoc is very, very underrated and unappreciated in hip hop.
True that.
Except to those who understand and know what Mobb Deep was and is and who he is, right? Yeah. Because it made me like think about like, why would the game reach out to Havoc for production on the documentary, right? I mean, I knew, but then I took a better sense to it and appreciated it more later. Like, oh, yeah, I get it. You're right. All these guys start reaching out to Havoc.
Yeah.
Mobb Deep was something hip-hop hadn't seen when they first entered the scene, right? Like, if you think about hip-hop at that time, I want to say they hit the scene 94, 95 for real, right? Then 96 is when, like, the Infamous came out and all that. Mobb Deep, though, like, Shook Ones was the joint that really grabbed everybody's attention. Yeah. And when, they got the jerseys on, they got the Hennessy out there, and they deep and they talking that street New York talk, right? Like I teased Wild earlier this week in the group text, like, yo, I dare you to show up to Bar for Bar with your tracksuit on, with one leg up, with your Timbs on, and like real Queensbridge. But you get it, right? Like, because you get it, like they transcended a lot of stuff in hip hop and stuff at that time with just their raps and stuff. And then when you go back to, like, as you said again, listen to OutKast and Southern Playalistic Cadillac Funky Music, I felt like I remember sitting with my godbrother, we listening to the radio, waiting for them to play the records, and we recording it off the radio. You know, you had to put the tape over the holes on the tape. Like, I'm gonna give y'all some real hip hop shit, right? To go back to understand how it used to be, like, trying to hear these records, right? So when I got a taste of OutKast, I'm like, who the fuck is they? Who are they? Imagine I'm a kid. I'm a young teenager at the time. So, like, I don't understand it, but I want to know because, like, I'm from Chicago. I wasn't privy to get music or hear nothing but what the radio played for us, right? So, unless, 94, 95, he wasn't as prominent as he became later. You know what I mean?
I had bootleg man in my bill.
I was only 11, so I wasn't trying to get a bootleg man. I was only getting like a $4 allowance at 9.
That's what opened my ears to really a lot of music.
Motherfucker. I'm jealous. I just got super jealous.
Yes, I can't remember his name, man. Shout out to you, though. He used to give me them bills, and then he always threw like, for some reason.
He'll give your ass like 20 joints for $20 or some shit like that.
He liked the East Coast a lot, so he always.
Well, East Coast ran the music.
Yeah, it did.
He like always
ran hip hop.
East Coast, like, no, at that time when I was down there, like the 93, 94, you gotta think. That really was like towards the change of the West Coast really was taking over. Like you had NWA doing their thing. You had like
Ice Cube. You had like, Snoop and Dre.
Like, so when you turned over
Warren G.
What was it? BET. What was the shit?
Public Enemy.
It was Rap City, right?
Nope. It was MTV Raps.
Rap City was on.
Rap City came later.
City. So what? Yeah.
Like the late 90s.
Yeah, Rap City came later because that's when
Rap City y'all talking about.
You gotta think about, like, it was BET, it was BET Soul, like Donnie Simpson. Shout out to Donnie Simpson.
Rap City came. See when that started, because I need some real dates around here. I need to know.
As we checking for those dates.
Oh.
Yeah, come on.
Rap City first episode 89.
There we go.
Damn.
Like I was just saying, like, my auntie didn't have cable up there. Like, I really was, like, my cousin, shout out Big Baby.
I had the brown cable box. It was illegal. Shout out to my mom and them had the brown illegal cable box.
In the late 90s, like when
had to put the little tubes on there for the channel and shit.
But you know what? It probably didn't really get popular to us until, like, the people that we liked went on there and started freestyling. Like, remember that?
No, I remember it, but I don't. Like, I think I think when Tigger took over, it was when I really remember.
But that's when they started freestyling, though.
Yeah, that was,
But it was before that. I remember that. It was Rap City, the basement with Tigger.
Was Fab
Freddie? He was on MTV.
So who started? Wait, no. It was what was this guy's name? I forgot his name. It was he a comedian now. I know he was one of them.
Joe Claire?
Joe Claire.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
He's a comedian now. Joe Claire. And I liked it because, like I say, that's how I was able to hear a lot of music. So the West Coast was starting to pump at that time. Like I say, he was slaying me stuff like Redman.
Yeah. We ain't going into your bootleg. I get it.
Nigga, invite his ass to fucking Thanksgiving since you love him so much.
I want to say this, though. Like, going back and forth through these albums, through these tracks, through this music, it was hard to figure out where I was going to go and what was the thing for me that was going to separate the two.
Definitely.
Right? And what I love most about not OutKast, Mobb Deep, was the fact that they stayed true to themselves from beginning to, I ain't gonna say end because they still doing what they do, and rest in peace to Prodigy, but up until his untimely demise, they stayed true to themselves, right? Yeah. Like, they spit that hard Queensbridge, street, gritty, hip hop. Every album.
I just want to hit you, B. Like,
even their commercial joints, and I'm gonna get into more of those commercial joints as I continue, but like when they started the commercial joints, like Murder Music is where I would consider like some of their commercial success coming.
Because that's
where and that's where Quiet Storm come from, and In Too Deep is what. Can
I give you a little? I don't know if everybody.
Go ahead.
But Quiet Storm. Well, that's why they got
the two versions. Mm-hmm.
If you listen to the book, probably said that was his song, but he was supposed to put that on HNIC.
Right.
But he was like, they hit him like, Joe, it's hard, we need to. And I love the fact that he put this point out, because everybody was talking about how Lil' Kim had writers for her and all that. He said,
no,
we watched her write that her verse and knock it out. And much respect to the Queen Biggie right there.
But the crazy, I think when motherfuckers be doing this shit, they just be trying to discredit a motherfucker, because even though
some of them don't write.
But wait.
I write your raps.
Fuck out of here.
That's what the paperwork.
But Lil' Kim rap didn't deviate that far from how she rapped. You see what I'm saying? Like, when motherfuckers be trying to throw that shit out there, it ain't like she came in and hit with some shit that we was like, whoa, what the fuck is she talking about?
She was rapping hard, and they felt Biggie was like, no bullshit. A lot of people were saying, and I remember hearing that, they were like, Biggie rapping first.
I do believe he did write a few of them though. I ain't gonna.
He might have like.
I get that, but if a motherfucker actually listen, a lot of people didn't listen to Kim outside of the commercial shit. If motherfuckers actually listen to Kim used to spit some shit. Okay. So when you hear that verse on Quiet Storm, like, that's why I say it didn't deviate that far from where she was at.
No, I agree.
To me, she was keeping up with the fellas on there.
Exactly.
It wasn't Junior Mafia, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna bullshit it. So Junior Mafia was kind of bullshit. Fuck Lil C's, low key. But I'm saying,
what
did y'all? Low key, not to get off subject. Did y'all see how Lil C's apologized to Kim?
He should have been there.
Okay, so that's why I say fuck him. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, like, in Junior Mafia, aside from Biggie, Kim was one of the hardest rappers. So when you hear that shit on fucking Quiet Storm, it's like shit.
You forgot about the Snakes and who else was on that? I remember they did Mafia.
Okay,
back to the lecture.
So the commercial stuff with Mobb Deep, right? Quiet Storm kind of kicked that off, but Murder Music was still one of those gritty, get your Tim's on albums, right?
True that. He actually had a movie come out behind that too. Wasn't it Murder movie or so? It was something
like that. Yeah.
Put together what we found out later on. Y'all can check it out on YouTube somewhere.
So later on, after that is when, like, is it Infamy? Is that came out after that, right?
Yes.
With Burn and all that shit with Vita. Shout out to Vita.
Now that was interesting.
Wait.
Go ahead.
I love Infamy because Infamy we got like Getaway and all those joints like Like
that was a video that they were talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we got a lot of super dope hardcore music from that too. But that 112 joint to me was like, what the fuck y'all doing? Right? Like I don't understand this Mobb Deep.
Right.
I'm gonna be 100. I wasn't fucking with that 112 joint, and I understand because to me it was too commercial.
Right.
It was like y'all trying to sell records. But if you think about the early 2000s, you had to sell 1 million records. Yeah. It wasn't just like you could put out a gold album and they fucking with you at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of their peers are going platinum.
Yeah.
From Nori, Nas, not including like Nelly and all these guys is coming out and they going triple, quadruple, 5 times platinum, right?
Like we trying to do something different. They had the core base.
Fact.
But they wanted the commercial base because the commercial base is what makes the money for the team. Like,
fact. You getting a whole different level of money.
That's real.
So now let's go back to OutKast before I go into that. OutKast again. Like I said, I was recording the music off a tape deck and all of that kind of stuff. When I started hearing their albums and starting like understanding the Dungeon family and understanding the South, Atlanta, the core of the South, the Southern hip hop right now, it started from that to me, right? Like I give my praises and shout out to Uncle Luke and everything that they did, but I think OutKast is what gave the self-respect from people up north, for real, right?
I just wanted to hear "Pop That Pussy" from Uncle Luke, but they ain't have shit to do with the South,
right? Like,
okay,
I think.
Can I say this? We gonna get in and out. Luke wasn't no rapper though.
No, he wasn't. But I'm saying like
the dopest motherfucking hype man.
Fact, but what they did though was they was able to open up doors for the South, and we'll talk about that later. For hip hop, not just the South.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later. But OutKast opened up the doors for the South to be respected as lyricists. Ghetto Boys did too. Don't get me wrong, because I know people gonna be like, "What about Scarface and all that?"
But I say a couple of years. Can we say that a couple of years before?
No. Ghetto Boys is first, right?
Yeah,
they was first. But what OutKast,
I'm playing tricks on you first.
Okay. But what OutKast did was made us respect the South as in its entirety as lyricists, and not just Scarface, because he was the one getting the most notoriety for being a lyricist.
They brought to Atlanta, pretty much. Because think about it. And not to be cut you off, but who at that time from Atlanta that they had out that we knew about?
Nobody.
Like that Dungeon family crew that them, because they introduced us to Goody Mob, right?
Yeah, all that came from there. All of them right behind them. Mm-hmm.
So I love Goody Mob. Yeah, go ahead.
Who's that peeking in
the window?
Okay. So going like if I had to, I'm gonna be honest. My pick is OutKast. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Right? Havoc is underrated. I love Prodigy. I love that street gritty, grimy shit. But they never left that. I ain't a statistics guy. Hip hop ain't based on statistics for me. I don't give a fuck if you sold 1 million records or 2 records. If I like you, I like you. But what I respect most is how Big Boy is underrated as a rapper. So Lucius Left Foot is a dope ass rapper.
Definitely.
ATL to his core.
Definitely.
To his core. 100%. And again, another thing that separated for me is if we talk about top 10 lyricists in the game, Andre 3000 come up in some of all of our conversations, right? A lot of people say Andre 3000. So like it's like, let's compare it to basketball, right? It's like taking Stephen Clay is what we would call Mobb Deep, right? That's a good. Is that a good synopsis of or who you're calling the Splash Brothers, so to speak, right? But you would call Mobb Deep. I mean, not Mobb Deep. OutKast. They'd be like Isaiah and Joe Dumas, right? Like it's tough. It's tough. And so for all you young boys and the young ladies out there who listening, like what you got to understand Isaiah and Joe Dumas to understand what made them good. Of course, Rodman and all them made them the bad boys, but those two was a problem. They was the original Splash Brothers without the threes. You know what I'm saying? So I take OutKast, and that's my bar for bar. And when we speak about Speaker Box and The Love Below, honestly, that's what separated them from me, because they expanded their artistry. It wasn't just about the lyrics and the bars. And you spoke on New York earlier. I'm gonna say this: New York got too fucking cocky. That's what happened. They got too cocky and too like the world need us. We don't need the world. And it made the world like kind of like okay. And especially when they started going about that battle for who the king of New York. That king of New York shit became infamous. Everybody fighting over who run New York, and like New York ain't the only part of America. Like it's 49 other states that people need to y'all gotta embrace.
And they did.
And they blame 50 Cent for a lot, and he did have his hand in a lot.
But he was towards the second part. Like,
but give it up.
You got to think about that. The way they was doing their thing. Yeah, he did pick it up. Damn, you just made me think about it. I was like,
he kicked it. Like it wasn't that deep into.
Well, they were working, but they didn't like each other, because like when you start hearing interviews now, you start what they were doing, what Atlanta was doing. Because they say a lot of people in Atlanta don't be rocking sometimes, but they gonna get the money. The money outrules the bullshit pretty much.
Fact.
I wish, and I can't wait, because slowly but surely Chicago is coming that way. Shout out to our city, man.
We next.
Like,
but
come on.
So it's 2 OutKast, 1 Mobb Deep. And shout out to Mobb Deep. Rest in peace again to Prodigy. Because I don't want the world to feel like, we don't fuck with Mobb Deep up here at Bar for Bar.
I don't think they do.
Cap.
I do though.
That's super cap.
That's super cap. Yeah.
Super cap.
Hey, yo, Don. Hit him with the drilling.
But you said you don't even consider that first album a real album, so fuck out of here on that.
Juvenile Hell was
decent. It was decent.
But see,
even if you listen to the Prodigy book, he talks.
Well, fuck that.
But
we talking about what you
OutKast
said.
is more polished from the beginning to the end.
Yeah,
that's what I feel that.
Don't get me wrong. I always say this again. Commercially, the growth.
Not just commercially. I don't want you to say commercially
No. From again, Southern Playlist Cadillac Funky Music was the grind with the gritty shit of Atlanta at the time. Like they were talking that real Atlanta shit. So to see their growth from that till,
but you got to remember, Elevators came out after that.
I know. Me and you. Come on.
Your mama and your. The video, they was in the woods. They wasn't in the. They was in the trap.
That's when he was starting to make that change.
The change didn't come till a club. It was, but the change really came in a criminal. Let me say this. This is funny because we gotta bring that up, right? Shout out to Erykah Badu. Let me say it the right way. Shout out to Erykah Badu and her Baduism, because that's the only woman I know to ever have a man walking around and shoulder pads and bell bottoms at the same time, bro.
You are the prototype. Thanks. What was my Andre's second hardest verse to me was in the Art of Storytelling. He was talking about Sasha Thumper. Man.
You see, but this was what separated though for me, like for them. But okay, Prodigy HNIC album.
Come on, man.
But Keep It Thorough. That's one of the hardest hip hop joints of all time. Shout out to Alchemist and the whole infamous Mob. Cause I don't want y'all to think like I don't know.
Now look, okay, when we go back to this. Back before, remember I just said OutKast they brought Raekwon over there. What did Mobb Deep end up doing? They did a song with 8-Ball. Like this is back. So and the reason and this is why I say I really think they were shooting at them, because when I said that to some shout out Rusty Blade, I was saying, well, they said something like, he like, well, you remember 8-Ball and MJG was doing Space Age Pimpin' too, but they brought 8-Ball on the song.
So who you talking about? Because you ain't gonna bring 8-Ball if you. Yeah.
Look. But again, I'm not trying to start no beats, man. I'm just saying.
Sir Lucius left foot. Hit us up and let us know what's happening.
Exactly.
But see,
hit us up.
But see, that's what was so dope about hip hop, right? Is that we all sitting here trying to figure out who was shooting at who, right? But the fact that these niggas all help bring out the best in each other.
Right.
And that's what it came down to.
But I kind of respect the young boys more. Not more, but I respect the young boys and they beefs because they being direct.
Or
definitely Pac. Definitely Pac.
I'm gonna say this. He was the reason that a lot of people afterwards started coming
being direct.
But see, they shit wasn't even really a beef. I felt it was kind of like, okay,
if I'm gonna get at you, let me get at you.
Wait, I felt like it was more like okay, we work at the same company, right? We the only two black people on the floor, right?
Okay.
We both do a great job.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hate on you, but I'm gonna show you that I could work just as hard as you can, and I'm gonna do it better. That's gonna spark something in you. Hold the fuck on, fam. I can do just as good as you can too. Here the fuck y'all go doing dope as shit. You know what I'm saying? Show motherfuckers that, yeah, we two black motherfuckers in here. We handling shit. And y'all bringing out the best in each other, but not necessarily hating each other. That's how I see it.
We ain't gotta hate each other to not like each other.
But see,
still sharp and steel.
Right.
That's what
but the reason why I say, yeah, so that's where I'm going with it. Like, we don't dislike each other, none of that shit, but we still gonna kind of have this little bit of competition in each other so that we can put our shit out and be better.
I get it, because like we ain't learned until later that Biggie was talking about Wu-Tang on What's Beef. So I get it 100%. You ain't know that? Look at your face. You just like, what?
I knew that.
I gotta go back that. Hold on.
Because I smoked with the best of them, shot at the rest of them, was about 100 or more, maybe less of them.
So he said he smoked with Method Man? Did they do a song together or something?
I smoked with the best of them, shot at the rest of them, was about 100 or more, maybe less of them.
Who he smoked with then?
I can't tell you who he smoked with. I know he did the joint with Method Man, right?
Okay.
But remember Nas, if you ever listen to Godson, Nas, he broke that down where he said Biggie bit off of the purple tape with Raekwon because Raekwon had the baby picture on the purple tape.
That's what they said. Well, when you start finding out more history, you find out the purple tape wasn't supposed to be Raekwon album. It was actually a Wu album.
It don't matter.
But it's crazy.
But you get it. But you get it.
Yeah.
That's where that lines and that sparks from, because you know they was talking about Nas was driving Puff Range Rovers at the time and all of it. Like, it was just a lot of history.
He started a lot of hip hop beats right now.
I ain't starting nothing. I'm just letting the people know what happened.
It's just facts and hip hop.
That's it. Speaking of facts and hip hop, what you got this week for us, Miss Birthday Girl, Radio Rahima, uppity project chick? What's happening in hip hop this week?
It's definitely been an interesting week. So on this segment, we only talk about 5 things that I feel is important. Well, it's all important, but I do 5 highlights. So Billionaire, even though this is still kind of old news, but I still want to bring it up because we didn't do bar for bar last week. So Billionaire pays off Morehouse graduating class school debt, student loan debt. And I thought that was fucking amazing.
That's fucking awesome.
Can I get an email? I gotta actually beat that.
But you was not part of the class of 2019.
But mad ain't as much as theirs, though.
But you were not part of the class of Morehouse in 2019.
Down, bro. Congratulations.
He paid $40 million worth of debt though. Like, that's huge. That's like, I don't. For everybody who graduated Morehouse, I hope you understand what that means. He just gave you hopefully a debt-free life.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Like
you're not financially slaves to nobody. You can go out there and get this paper and start your life out the right way.
And the fact that it was a black man that did it, and I gotta commend. And unfortunately, there was still some negative backlash from black people. But it was a black man that did it. And we always talking about what black people do. They go off, they get rich or wealthy, and they don't come back and help. Mm-hmm. And when they do come back and help, they still get negative backlash. But
Oprah did something too. And I'm sorry that I can't remember right offhand what Oprah did, but she got some backlash. Like, they said, like, yo, why you ain't pay off their tuition like this brother did? And she said that she did something. I don't remember exactly what it was that she did, but she helped a lot of people, and she's been helping a lot of people for a lot of years. And it don't always go to the news.
But you know what? The thing is with Oprah is a lot of people were upset because she was opening schools over in Africa.
Right.
And I think that that's unfortunate because unlike the U.S. where we we kind of have if we use our voices and take the emotion out of it, we have the power to educate and teach our own kids. Over in Africa, they ain't had that shit. Right. Like, not at all.
And okay. If y'all, well, we talk about that part right there. You go back to, it was a whole interview. They actually asked Oprah about why did she do it. And she said she took a poll. She took a poll with the kids over there and took a poll of the kids over here. And, what would you like if I, opened up food?
The kids, he was saying materialistic stuff.
Yeah, they was like, we want a better education. We want this. We want to do this. And it was like, it was an eye opener. Like, she want to help us. She's going to change the world pretty much.
Fact, yeah.
But again,
kids was asking for like I don't remember exactly what it was, like iPhones, like that kind of stuff.
With that,
kids over there was asking for like shoes.
Yeah. But that's because we got that shit over here. They don't have that shit over there at all, period. You see what I'm saying? Some parts, yeah. The parts that she was helping, they didn't have that. Yeah. Or they didn't have the resources for someone to come in and build some shit or the money.
Right. Shout out to Akon, shout out to Hove, everybody over
there. Definitely.
Who's helped that?
It's a gold mine. And not to be saying it in that manner,
but he's helped a lot of people, absolutely.
No, he says that we really
did good.
But moving on, Eric Holder was finally indicted.
Finally.
Who?
Eric Holder.
The killer of Nipsey Holder. Nipsey Hussle, I'm sorry.
I don't even talk his name.
Okay. Well, he was finally indicted. So a lot of people were emotional about it because it took so long for him to be indicted. Despite having him do it on video and all of that. So, it's pretty tough. Okay. YG is donating a percentage to Nipsey's kids off of all the strings, off of all the songs in his album.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out YG.
That's dope.
So, I wonder what changed their minds, because didn't they say they weren't accepting donations?
Yeah. They probably noticed that he's still doing.
They're not accepting donations, and him giving a percentage is a whole different thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's probably how they're making it out to be a trust.
And it's a different thing. Like, YG and Nipsey really had a relationship, right?
Yeah.
So you can't, and I can't speak on nobody, but I would hope if something happened to me, if Wow and you decided to do something for my family would be like, nah, we don't need that. Like, that's stupid, because y'all have a real relationship with me,
right? And
y'all know it ain't coming from no. They should know it ain't coming from a place of clout chasing. Yeah, it's coming from a place of.
Well, that was a conversation that Khaled said he was going to donate funds from the song with Nipsey on his album, but I felt like that's not donating. Like, he rapped on the song, like, so that's money paid.
Well, it depends, because a lot of times, and I can't speak 100% off of Khaled, but I will say this: a lot of times guys don't get nothing from being on the joint with Khaled, but the success from it.
Or you get
9 times out of 10. If you get, depending on if you do, right.
But if he giving all the money,
it depends, because
he split, like, they have.
That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be looked at as a donation. Like, shit, my daddy rapped on this shit. Give me his money, bitch.
He got a point.
Nah, I know. I'm just
beyond that. Look at it like this, right? Like, say
give me my daddy money.
Say I did production for you on another. Say I did production for Wow on the joint, or if I did like some if I did an A&R spot for Wow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like always, Wow. I know. Want y'all to know.
Yeah, just pay attention though. Say I did something like that for Wow, right? And his contribution back to me was to give me that verse. That's like a trade-off, right? Like, he got that, and I ain't charge him. I ain't asked for no fee or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He did that, and I said, yo, I got an album, I need your verse, blah, 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 blah. And we ain't do a trade-off. It just depended on the situation and our relationship. Okay. Because, like, it's a fickle line if you think about it. Like, think about Timbaland and Swizz Beatz and all these producers back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I was charging $100,000 per beat.
Yeah.
Sure. Per beat. Like, because my beats you was getting on the charts. Whether you was 1 or 50 or 1 or 100, you was on the charts.
You spit on it.
But my production was gonna help do whatever it was gonna do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I can give you that, and in return I ask you for a verse, there ain't no trade-off. Like, you gonna take that trade-off 9 times out of 10. So we don't really know Khaled, of course, to me, and I love all the DJs, got the super dopest relationships ever.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
But now, technically, though, because that is wonderful what you're saying, and I love that.
Talk to me.
But y'all got to always understand this is a business.
Mm-hmm.
And every artist that you put onto here, they're signed to somebody else. So to get those verses, regardless if they come, like I come in and spit these verses today, but if I'm like, because I rock with you, but I'm signed to Radio Rahima, right?
Dependent, no.
She
signed to Tutter.
No. I'm just saying.
Straight.
Saying,
okay.
Lord have mercy.
If I'm signed to look, you let everybody know. That's why no bars coming out. This is why I am vocalist right now. And I'm signed to her, and I just come in because I rock with you, bro, and I spit these bars. She like, oh, let me hear that. Because it's gonna go on your album.
Right.
You're gonna get paid on this album. She a company. That's my artist. I gotta get something off of this.
It's a possibility that she gets something.
What?
You feel like, right? Like that. This a whole different conversation.
So,
Yeah.
So,
But I get paid,
like,
she get paid, but you did the verse. Like, thank you.
Cause they gotta clear a lot, but they gotta get the payment.
Something somewhere somehow.
Them ladies, a business. They not like artist to artist. Yeah, you my homie. I do this, but it's a business at the end of it all.
I agree with that. What you got?
Okay, so Kanye and Kim, they decided to trademark their last child's name, Psalm West.
Okay.
That's trademarked. I just want to throw that in there.
Like
but
Psalms out the Bible.
Psalms West, yes.
A lot of celebrities been trademarking their kids' names. Like they did
why
Blue
that name
Ivy,
though?
They did like.
But Blue Ivy, I can see that. But why Psalms?
You
can, but you can't like go famous with it.
So
I think
your baby name is Blue Ivy, and then your baby come out and she was dope as all outdoors. She got to change her name to a stage name. Then this is what you tell me. She can't use her government.
I don't know about that part, but they can't profit off of it.
Something about.
So then you can't use your government name.
I guess.
That's a problem. Like if she ends up being like a dope rapper,
but how often does that happen? Anyway, so Kodak Black. Whew.
Free Kodak.
Y'all already know that I don't like this motherfucker. Yes, he is still locked up. So initially he was arrested on weapons charge in the Rolling Loud situation down in Miami.
So unfortunate, but go ahead.
So as we all know, he's a felon, so he wasn't supposed to have a weapon. Mm-hmm. How did he get it? He altered his social and lied about his background, which pushed through, and he got a gun. So that's what he's initially in trouble for. Yes.
It's a federal offense.
This is not a regular. So this is
yes.
Rolling Loud had a lot of
Rolling Loud.
Stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling Loud had a lot of police stuff going on.
Why would you do that? But from what I read, he bought the guns to shoot at a rival rapper.
Who was a rival rapper? He was shooting.
They didn't say that, but they didn't say that part. But apparently, that was the purpose. That was the purpose of him buying the guns. That's
in the words of Radio Rahima. Well,
yes. So, okay. So with all of that shit, he's still locked up, of course. And this story just rolled out a couple days ago. So he's being held until next week, which means he's gonna miss his hearing for his rape case.
Wait, they won't take him to jail? I mean, they won't take him to that court?
No.
He's in the Fed right now. He's not in the state. That's the state.
He asked if he can get a 24-hour release or whatever, even with his ankle bracelet, and they're saying no.
That's crazy. So they're going to slam him.
They're going to slam him, but hold on.
Talk.
He's blaming all of this that he's going through on his impoverished upbringing. So because he was low, living in poverty, low income, this is the reason for all his bullshit that he's been doing. So, and you know what, to be honest, even though I don't like the motherfucker,
he's absolutely right.
Yeah, and you know, our counterparts are able to use their surrounding situations to get affluenza, is what they call it. Because I used to always be like, why the fuck they steady talking about these motherfuckers got the flu? Affluenza. So basically, you're a product of your environment, and it's the reason why you go out to the world and do the bullshit. So I'm not against that defense, honestly. Even though I don't like his ass. Just so we're clear, I don't like his ass. So I'm not completely against that.
You seen that? I don't like his. Damn. She gave him a.
I'm not. I'm actually okay with that defense. Because shit, we got so many fucking rapists and murderers who get off and they say, oh, they got too much money, so they can't go to jail. Like, what?
I seen somebody, not to change the subject, but I seen a kid in Texas get off from rape or murder or something, and his defense was it was a joke and he don't know no better because he come from money, so he thought that was okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got.
And they be getting off with that shit.
He got off. He got like probation or some crazy shit.
I will not use my time on this screen to speak on that bullshit.
Okay, so here's the bonus. The bonus, R. Kelly is trying to hire Michael Jackson's defense attorney for his legal team. That's all we got for today.
But I thought R. Kelly ain't had no money. None of my business. Damn.
And that's our news and hip hop for this week.
And what she say? What?
Yeah. That's the bonus for today.
So let's get right to the next thing where we be talking about Father of a Side.
Come on, man.
DJ Khaled, the album. Let's get right to it, brother. I'm gonna kick it off with Wild because me and Wild been. You can't play none of it like no? You can't play none of it, brother. You can't play like stop it. Stop! You gotta stop it. What's to this guy?
About to get
Come on, man. Y'all ain't ready for this.
Definition of whole
DJ Khaled
page
released his album this week, and I've been privy. As we all have been privy to hear the album, and upon his release, I didn't know what to expect. We didn't know what to expect.
Yeah. I mean, he dropped a couple of gems.
I'm gonna be honest. Let me go there. I'm gonna be honest. Cause like usually I let somebody kick it off, but when we talk about the DJs, I gotta just shout out to the DJs one time for the DJs, right? I've been a Khaled fan since I heard We Out Here Grinding. That was my first introduction to DJ Khaled. I'm from the east side of Chicago. I didn't know the gentleman from nowhere. Okay. And I don't want y'all to think I know him personally because I don't.
Okay.
But he a DJ and he represent for the DJs, and that's what we supposed to do, right? This is his best album.
You say best one out?
This is his best album. This is his best. Like he got what 11 albums under his belt.
Come on.
This is his best album, and I've been a fan. Like the last one, Grateful, was a dope album.
Okay.
The ones before that, what Khaled doing and what Khaled has done is his collaborations are next to none, right? In hip hop, the people he put together on joints makes me say his ear is outstanding.
Yeah.
The man kicked the album off and ended the album with Buju Banton.
Yes, sir. Welcome home, God. Rastafari.
As he said, Buju just came home. Khaled, how the fuck you get Buju on the album?
2 joints.
How the fuck you pull that off, Khaled?
Holy mountain, holy ground.
Talk to the people.
I'm just saying, man. I just.
You can't play the joint now. What the?
That's just the instrumental, right?
That's not the instrumental.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gone.
What the fuck is he trying to do to the show? Trying to get us shut down. I would just say I wasn't that impressed.
Dang. Look,
you know what? I've seen a lot of people online saying the same thing, and this is my argument to you guys. The fuck y'all listen to? Is Hova say you just listen to music or do you just skim through it?
I think we already know that I don't just skim through it, but I wasn't that impressed. Aside from some tracks that I really did enjoy.
Which were?
I did enjoy the first one, Holy Mountain.
Okay.
I enjoyed the Travis Scott, Post Malone, Nipsey Hussle, Nas.
Yeah.
I enjoy.
Him and CeeLo Green together on that joint.
Yes. And the last one with Buju once again.
Hold on. Listen.
What about GD Raw? Big
hold on.
And SZA came back. Yes,
wait,
I love that one too. SZA came back.
So how many?
That's my song.
I've been looking for her.
How many joints on this album? 14.
Yes.
14, 15.
15.
You just named 6, 7 that you like.
We got one.
Majority of almost half the album. Come on.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Come on.
5.
Come on.
Okay, 6. Okay.
So you ain't like Thank You, Big Sean? You ain't like that joint?
It was okay.
It was okay.
It was okay. So for me,
Holy shit.
so
You didn't party to
Hold on. Stop that.
I didn't enjoy that at all.
Stop that. I understand why a lot of people didn't enjoy that. But we gonna go there. Because I like that joint. But let me ask you this. You ain't like Cardi B joint?
I like Cardi B joint, and everybody knows I like Cardi B, but I felt like I heard it before with her and 21 Savage. And I'm not saying it wasn't enjoyable or a dope track, but I felt like I had heard it before.
You know, again, you're not the first.
You're not the first person that
I've had talks this weekend to people, or this week in general. People like, and I'm like, I'm not trying to change it here. I love the album.
Let's go back and forth because
I'm not saying it's not a dope album. I just don't feel the way y'all feel about it. Like hearing that song with Cardi B and 21 Savage, it reminded me of their other song together. They just have that chemistry and they have that sound together, and it wasn't nothing that I was like.
I want to start something today, right? We're gonna take something that we biting this, and I'm saying it live on air. We biting this, but we're gonna take something today. The Source used to give out 5 mics for albums. Y'all remember that, right? So from now on, we're going to give out 5 bars, 1 to 5, on our likeness of albums when we decide to review them, right?
Okay.
Now, I won't say that this Khaled album is a 5-bar album.
Okay.
But I will say it's a 4-bar.
It's a solid 4?
It's a solid 4-bar album, right?
Solid 4.
They don't, like, 5, to me, if I give you 5, you classic.
Right.
But if I give you 4, you have the potential to be whatever you're going to be later. Right. But my initial thought is that 4, this is a solid album, right? Because Khaled can't take Cardi B out of her element.
No.
He can't do that. Like, Cardi B is who she is, and she's trying to find her element, right? Mm-hmm. Her and 21 Savage, solid joint, right? Yeah. Honestly, it's real tough. But what I do love about Khaled album that I don't think is the people giving it enough props for is he getting Meek out his bag again right after championships, right? He got Buju Banton out this album right out of jail, right?
Like that first song, the collab, it ain't just it's Buju Banton, SZA, Nevada, 07,
come on,
Shake.
talk like, that.
You got all these people on this one song. The intro that to me kicked it off. Like sonically, the way he put the album together, each song leading to each other, bro. Like
100%.
Compared to I'm gonna be honest with you, because I've listened to a lot of stuff this weekend. I mean, this week in general.
Fact.
I listened to Meg Thee Stallion. Shout out Meg.
Big old freak.
But like, I like the album.
Yeah.
I gotta go back. I'm gonna be honest with you. Igor didn't catch my ear, but Jones told me I need to go back and check it out again. So one of the guys say, "Look, check it out again."
That's what's his name, right? Tyler Creator.
Yeah, I gotta go check that out again. But when I say this album, because think about it, Top Off, No Brainer. He dropped those like
he dropped about maybe almost a year and a half ago.
You know what I mean? Like, and they led the way to what was going on here. Also, this man dropped the video.
Every joint.
Like, I don't know what your budget was, Khaled, for this here, John. But shout out to you, my dude. And none of them seemed like the same video. You know what I mean? Like, he got the collabs again. Like, you got Meek, you got him and Lil Baby going back and forth.
Yeah.
Like, you bring a Lil Baby out. You say SZA. Like, that's one of my joints. Celebrate. I didn't even know who was on there. I didn't even listen to none of the names. I just listened to the joints when I first played it. I think he got the most. You
know what I seen online? It came from a lot of producers who said he could have did better with those 90 samples, and some of them saying like it's some certain 90 samples that you gotta leave alone, like that freaking you. Like, listen, I agree with some of it, right? And what I agree with is at the end of the joint with I don't remember the name of it. With the freaking you sample of it. Which joint was that? Who was that on that? Right,
and
I know
Lil Wayne.
Who was that? Lil Wayne and Gunna, right? Okay. Too much of the end was left to the sample where we just re-listening to the Jodeci sped up.
Right.
I give you that, right? But I like what Lil Wayne and Gunna did to the joint.
For sure.
Right? Like,
for sure.
Like you could have threw a different spit, like somebody on there for the end part. But like as a producer, don't be scared to use this classic shit. That's what it's for.
Yeah, exactly.
If somebody could fucking sample Marvin Gaye, if somebody sample Luther, if somebody sample whatever, Frankie Beverly,
the man had
sample Jodeci. That shit ain't off limits.
Some of the samples, wasn't it like some Miami Vice stuff? Like he represented.
Yeah.
I'm just
shout out to Liberty City and Dade County, everybody out there.
Joe, he went there. I don't know. Was it the Celebrate song? No, not Celebrate. It was the song where I don't even know what the lady was saying at the beginning. But whatever she said in Spanish, it hit me so hard. I was like, no, this is gonna be dope. That's one with me. Right. That was one with me on there. He's like, Mexicano.
I don't think that's what she said, but I'm
I know. Okay.
That ain't that they gonna probably take us off line.
He's steady trying to play the
I was
shit.
just saying, but that was it though, bro. Like she went crazy on it.
I fuck with Big Sean on this project.
Jeremiah, like
I fuck with Big Sean. I fuck with Big Sean and what Khaled did with Big Sean on this project. Because Big Sean tell a story that we were not privy to the information prior to him saying it on here, and how Khaled helped him be as successful that he is, and not necessarily saying that Khaled is responsible for his who he is, right. But Khaled is the one who told that what the fuck is the name of it? My Last. Yes. Put Chris Brown on that. That shit is a classic. And they did that. And hands up in the air.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like you ain't feeling us. You still like whatever. Like,
oh no, I'm listening to y'all.
I know, but you still. What you give the album? Like, you got to give it a rating, 1 to 5. How many bars you give?
I would give it a 3.
Dang.
Well, okay, because I think y'all, I'm not saying that it's not full of bars. I'm not saying that it's not an okay album. Okay. It just didn't woo me. And maybe I need to go back and listen to it again because it's some heavy hitters on here. I'm not going to deny that.
All his albums got plenty of heavy hitters.
But this one specifically, like, it's some heavy hitters on here. I'm not going to deny that shit. Mm-hmm. It just didn't woo me. I wasn't like, holy shit, I got to hear this again. But maybe I gotta hear it again.
I'm gonna tell y'all what took it over for me though. I ain't gonna even front to y'all. I'm gonna just be completely honest to y'all. Nipsey joint, the shit with him and John Legend, the Higher joint.
Right? That's the first song I heard off of it because of the video, and I was looking forward to. Okay,
you steady trying to get us knocked, bro. You steady trying to get us knocked. But I'm gonna be honest with the people, right? When I heard the joint, I didn't hear it like when it released like right before the album, right? Am I right with that?
I didn't even see. I told you.
I listened to the album. I listened to the album. Yeah. I didn't listen to that first, right? Yeah. And when I came to that joint and I heard Nipsey rap, I was actually wondering, damn, what's this joint about? Like, did he put John Legend on the joint after Nipsey passing to bring that soulfulness to it? Mm-hmm. Or like, what was the vibe of it gonna be? Like, I was hoping it wasn't gonna be no full Khaled shit, right? Like, is he cloud chasing? Right, I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's how I felt, right? Mm-hmm. Until I heard it. And I heard the authenticity in the whole record. It said, oh, no, they did this record.
Yeah.
They did this record together.
Yeah.
And I heard Nipsey spitting about his upbringing, about his mama, about his grandma, about his pops, about the whole thing, about the marathon that we all talk about.
That was the eeriest thing to me about this album, bro. And this is why I say things. Look, man. And may you rest in peace, rest up there. Like, things happen when you say for a reason, bro. Mm-hmm. If you listen to what I told you when I first heard it, I'm like, this man just gave his history on this song. Mm-hmm. How would you know to give your real history? This is something that your kids can go back to and listen to. You learn about how your grandmother was brought into this world. Because your great-grandmother couldn't have, like, it was a problem. They say, so it's like a miracle that she was here to give birth to me. For you to be here. Like, how my daddy, first generation from Africa, come here.
And me, my mama,
at the Century Club, like how me and your mama, like, Joe, it was like, come on, it was like,
wait, he
was saying that they had him and Bull.
Yeah.
Lord, like,
you know what's crazy though? Like to say that his mama met. That Nipsey Pops met his mom at the Century Club. That's what Dr. Dre and NWA started.
Come on, bro.
Sheesh.
Shit, they probably was there at the show.
Oh my God, they met each other during the NWA.
Look. But you just think about like that song there was dope, man. So like again, I give it 4 bars down to me.
That's a 3
for the album.
Yeah,
a 4 for me as well.
Well, that's what I'm listening to though.
I've been listening to Megan Thee Stallion, so I actually just kind of got up on her like a week and a half ago. And me and Wild was talking about this before her new album even came out. When I first heard her, I thought she had like a Project Pat 3-6 Mafia type vibe.
Influence, okay.
And then when she came out, of course, you know, with her new album, of course, he's on her new album.
Say, shut the fuck up!
Yeah.
Saying that on there. Like.
So, yeah, I really hate that her lyrics are repetitive as far as what she's talking about.
Okay.
But I like her flow. I like her cadence. I like how raw she is. You know, and a lot of people don't like her because how raw she is. But it's just like, man, shut the fuck up. Cause
shut the fuck up!
Like, yeah, everybody just be expecting for female. Everybody like, I'm so tired of these raunchy ass females. But then let it have been some, you know, sophisticated, you know, held back females. Then they would have been like, tired of all these stuck up bitches.
We
like,
talk about it.
Yeah, so, but.
Just in the city this week. Shout out her slash with trap doing her time.
But the great thing, and this is the thing I also dislike, is that she's in college for health administration, but we don't know that part about her unless you actually follow her. But that's the type of shit motherfuckers need to hear about, though.
Shut the fuck up!
Okay? If you like sucking dick, but also getting a college degree, what's wrong with that?
That's amazing balance. Oh, God.
She said get on her tippy toes and bounce on the dick. But she also studying when she get done bouncing on the dick.
Hold on, wow. But if you think about it, you're getting brain all around the board.
Hey! Fuck out of here.
What you listening to, my boy?
That was pretty much it. What y'all had to do. Father of Sean just been on my thing. Mm-hmm. That was that. Megan Thee Stallion and who else? Man, that was just Mobb Deep this week, bro. Oh no. Lee Lord.
Yeah.
Now y'all know he dropped Gets Greater Later.
Mm-hmm.
He just dropped Later Is Now. I listened to that. Another, like, they coming back to back, Joe. Like, he just dropped Gets Greater Later like not even 2 months ago.
Right.
Come right back with more heat. So, and it's crazy that I'm talking about him because he's like a student of product. Mobb Deep. So he one of the only guys I know got a verse by Prodigy song. Yeah.
Fact.
Shout out Young Shaka, man. But that's what I'm listening to right now, bro.
It's funny. I've been like we talked about. Of course, we got to listen to the stuff that we listen to for the show, which is Mobb Deep, OutKast, all that stuff. I definitely listen to Khaled, Father of Assad.
Yeah.
And my week won't be right if I don't hear something from Jay-Z. So I went back to Reasonable Doubt because that keep me in mode.
Okay.
But my inbox was flooded. I got new music from Chicago's own Chanel True this week.
What?
So yeah, don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera.
True. Y'all need to holler at me, Joe. For real, Joe.
Listen, shout out to my homie, my player partner, Black Wealth, Johnny Yayo. You know.
Yeah, Yayo. What up, Yayo?
Don't do my mans like that, bro.
I was in the trap with you, Yayo. Don't do that, bro.
I was too.
I got work. I got hurt. Come on, man. You know what it's about,
listen,
bro. Like,
let's go back, Johnny Yayo, cause you know him, but I was with Yayo with Al Snow.
I was with him before he had Al Snow. How about that?
It don't matter.
I was down when Al Snow came around, bro.
Nigga, I was there when he was born.
I've known
all that. I was changing this campus.
Wait,
dang.
Man, fuck y'all.
Okay, so I know Al Snow. I know the whole team laughing. Look, so you know I've been around here.
Al Snow.
Yeah.
Not the wrestler.
Yeah, you know.
She think about the wrestler.
He was off of Loomis?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was not off Loomis.
Hold on, let me see if this is the same dude.
Same team, though.
Off of 73rd, I mean.
Yeah.
Not Laughlin.
That's what the studio was at.
Oh, yeah, I know him very well.
Yeah, see?
That's the homie.
Oh, really?
I've known my guy since high school. Since like we.
Look how she just look. Shut the fuck up. Look, what's that? We gotta get about it.
I've known him since high school as well.
Anyway, shout out to Chanel True. She just did the Megan Thee Stallion freestyle. Y'all gonna hit that night at Tantrum 1023 South State.
Hey,
Chicago.
it's my birthday. I'm gonna be twerking. I'm accepting. Hold on. I'm accepting all lap dances.
Oh, that's what you want.
And kisses on the neck.
On the neck?
Holy moly guacamole. Listen.
Kisses on the neck.
Listen. Shout out to my boy.
Females only.
Okay,
females only. But niggas ain't finna be giving me a lap dance either.
No.
Nigga, if you come shaking your ass on me, I'ma shoot your ass. If you come shaking your ass on me, I'ma shoot your ass. I don't play that shit. You ain't finna shake your ass on me as a man. Nah, I'm good, fam.
So you bring your gun to the club. Listen, they're gonna fire me. They're gonna fire. Like, you giving Chicago a bad reputation. That we already got.
I ain't giving Chicago shit. I'm giving them a new face.
Shout out to our new mayor, Lori Lightfoot. Can we give a round of applause for her, please? Because she's the first African American woman who's the mayor of the city of Chicago, and she represents the LGBTQZLMNFNLP. I ain't no disrespect.
I ain't even in that shit.
I ain't no disrespect.
I don't even want beef with them. I take beef with the beehive over that. Nope, I don't even want it.
I ain't disrespect nobody. I just saying, like, them people. All them.
I was just saying, she gonna get shit done.
And I love that. Get shit done and hit my line if you need some help, because I'm with all the shit.
Is it true that the whole CPS board is supposed to be resigning?
They did. That's a fact. That is happening. The whole CPS board is resigning. June 21st, I believe, is the date right after the school year. Get the fuck up out of here.
So they hiring y'all. Get y'all punk asses up and go get a job. Shut the fuck up.
Black excellence in there. Let's go.
So, shout out to that. And where can they follow y'all at us on social media?
Radio Rahima or Radio Rahima 312 everywhere.
It's Smashcast ENT and Smashcast Radio. That's on Instagram, Twitter. Go like the pages on Facebook. And follow the Bar for Bar, man. That's Bar for Bar 1 on Instagram, Bar for Bar 2 on Twitter. Bar for Bar, the Hip Hop Show. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Y'all here right now. Stay in tune with us, man. Squad gang.
Follow me at DJ MH the number 2 DA everywhere. Instagram, Twitter. Like the pages on Facebook, Snapchat as well. And the YouTube channel, follow DJ MH the number 2 DA everywhere. And go to DJMH.com. We everywhere, they never there. I got a lot of dope bookings coming up.
.com. Y'all heard it right there.
Yeah. But hold on. They can check us out at Spotify.
Fact.
Ooh.
Check us out at Google.
Fact.
iTunes.
Apple Music. Talk that.
Motherfucking Spreaker.
Talk that.
Our Heart coming soon.
Talk that. So it goes down like that, man. This is Bar for Bar. We out.
We out of here. Let's go.
Happy birthday, Radio Rahim.
Yeah.